This week we're going to start off the podcast a wee bit different. There's a link in the bio and the description of this video for a GoFundMe to help Stephen with therapy. Stephen suffered a stroke back in 2021 after a boxing match. So the GoFundMe is to get Stephen to Colombia where he can get stem cell treatment into his back to help with his recovery. So if you could donate anything, it would be much appreciated for him and his family. To hear his full story, check out the link below. Welcome everybody to Connor the Banter Box with me, Connor Quinn, and Olivia McVeigh. Hi. You're waving to imaginary people.
Where are we? Hi.
What's the crack?
Not a big pile. What about you?
Not a big pile. I'm probably going to pick up on your accent.
I know. I feel like we're like Hannah Montana, like two different worlds here. Like
we really are.
I'm literally from the sticks, so
and I'm from the slums.
Nobody's gonna understand a thing I say.
They will.
Okay, that's good.
But I don't realise that I do. I hate saying do. I understand that. No, I always pick up on wee things, but it's not to make fun of you. We'll make fun of each other if you want.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You're good. So what's the crack with you're a big influencer.
Oh, shit.
Influence the world, don't you?
Oh my god, I'm gonna go red. I have been on this podcast 5 seconds and I'm scundered.
Are you? You are?
No, I don't know. I don't know what I would call myself. I feel like I'm an array of different things.
I know, 'cause you're a makeup artist as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a makeup artist. I always say I'm a makeup artist by trade.
Yep.
Like that's like how it all started.
Yep.
And then obviously lost my hair, nightmare. And then that's kind of how everything else kind of happened. You know?
Was it?
Yeah. So most of my content is about wigs and wearing hair and having alopecia, but I suppose it's like my life too, and alopecia, we'd already said that, alopecia, my life, makeup, like it's just a kind of array of different things. It kind of all just happened, you know.
Have you always done makeup?
I started doing makeup about 8 years ago.
Did you?
So I started doing makeup when I was in uni and just hated uni, it wasn't for me.
What uni did you go to?
I went to Jordanstown when it was Jordanstown. Is it knocked down?
I don't know actually, because 8 years ago you would have been in uni the same time as me. Then were you did you graduate in?
I would have graduated in
2018 maybe.
19 maybe.
19.
I went to uni in 2016.
So I graduated in 2018 then. Yeah, I went to our college.
2016 is 10 years ago next year.
No.
That's actually scary.
Let that baff in, never mind the sink. That's that makes you feel bad, doesn't it?
Like what?
That's how I people ask how long have you been doing like this, and I'm like, well, I graduated in 2018, and I'm like, it's fucking disgusting, because obviously I was doing it then for uni, the same, so I'd be similar to you, obviously, just different industry. But I think when you go to uni, you can go I'm 30, so I had 2 years of foundation year, and then I had a repeated 6th year, so that made me determined to pick something that I knew I wanted to do, and I just stuck with something I was good at. But I think some people go straight from school into it, and it's like, you just pick something because you feel like UCAS tells you have to pick something.
I went to the school I went to, they were so you have to go and do teaching or law or something that is maybe academically, I don't even know what the word would be. If you had to turn around and said you wanted to do art or something, they'd be a bit I don't know. And I loved art. I did art A level, and that's what I wanted to do. Didn't get in because I didn't pass the interview because I'm a fucking dose. And I basically got in and was like, well, and they were like, get out. I burst into tears in a graphic design interview. I was like, I'm going to be a graphic designer, and walked into the interview. The man looked at me dead in the eye, and I just started to cry. I was like, yeah.
Should you want to hear a funny story about an interview? I graduated and I wanted to get a job, and you can't really get any photography jobs over here.
Yeah.
And I went to Liverpool, in my graduation site for an interview for Liverpool FC, fucking the catalogue sort of, isn't it? And I brought the whole thing, and they were like, Did you come away from Belfast? I was like, yes. And they were like, you could have just got a Zoom. Are they fucking serious?
Did they get the pure ick from you?
They got
you walked in there oh jeez.
Oh, who is this fucking geezer? Get him the fuck out. So yeah, I didn't get that job. But it always works out.
It always works out. I think those things are character building.
Yeah.
You know, I've had so many jobs and bad interviews and stuff, and I think it actually does build you into a character that you are now.
Yeah. But then you think of it, every client you go and meet is sort of an interview. It's just because it's not called an interview, it's easier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know, but I don't know what the pressure is because I would I meet loads of different people all the time, and like when you work for yourself, it is an interview, but it just feels like it's not.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like when you're actually going for a job, you're like, oh, there's so much pressure.
I know. Am I going to say it? Because people are actually judging on what you're saying. I get that though.
Yeah.
And you're like, they have obviously your sort of key points that they want you to hit,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously then you work in the creative industry, so it's you don't have to tell what you do. You can show what you do. I think.
Yeah, it's just it's there.
What do you like a wedding? Do you like weddings?
I do weddings. I love weddings.
Yeah.
Love weddings.
I'd be
Love wedding mornings. Just love brides, and it's just so much fun.
I'd be jealous of a makeup artist
Why?
because like I go in and then they're doing the makeup and stuff, and then they're like, "See you later," and I'm like, "I'm only fucking starting, you bastard."
I don't know how people do it. Like, I don't know how you do it because I need to go home and lie in a dark room.
Aye.
Like, I don't know how anyone gets their makeup done at 4 o'clock in the morning and then like goes about their whole day. Like, I would be wrecked.
And then I think it is really intense. People don't realise how intense it is for a makeup artist in the morning.
It is really intense.
Like, or these times where I'm like, I'm scared to look because like you be under pressure, and then you maybe get the bride loves the makeup, and then you might get somebody who's like, "Can you tweak this? Can you tweak that?" And I'm like, I'm sure they want to fucking kill someone.
The biggest day of their life, so you're in charge of their face.
Yeah.
Like, and if their face is fucked, the day is ruined. Like, do you know? I did a wedding in Croatia last year, and I'd never met the bride, so we had a FaceTime like 10 days before the wedding. It was the first time I'd seen her. And then she flew me over from here. So she was from London.
Yeah.
So like we met on her wedding morning. I was like, hey. Like,
she probably already
how y'all
knew you
doing?
though.
So she had nine bridesmaids.
Nah.
And then her. And it was 37-degree heat. And I was just like praying. Like, I'm not even religious, but I was like, whoever's up there, yes, may get round here now and bless these makeup brushes because this needs to go well. Like I was panicking. But it turned out really well.
People's faces dripping off and on.
Oh, my God. And then, like, I just...
And you be sitting, because I've done one, and they'd be sitting there and people are patting their face before they go on because the sweats there, like.
Yeah, but I think, like, times like that, like, I came away from that being like, I'm actually good at my job. Like, you know when you're under pressure like that?
I love
you're
that.
Like, oh, actually, I'm all right. Like,
I actually think I perform better under pressure, which I don't like it to, like, actually happen, but, like, some of the best shoots I've done, it's been under pressure, like, or, like, even, like, any sort of, like, even, like, a show or anything like that, it's under pressure, like, enjoy it. Oh. There's Abby's phone ringing, is it? You're right, just leave it. He just doesn't know what to do. Turn it off. Sitting around there. It's my mum, mate. So do you, would you say though, the way the likes of that girl, like flying you over, would you say like your influence, like your following would sort of get you work like that? Do you know what I mean? Do you think it benefits you?
I'd say that's the reason I started doing social media.
Yep.
Was because I started doing makeup in the era that, like, remember everybody did makeup.
Yep.
Like everyone was a mua.
Yeah.
The mua phase. Everyone was a makeup artist. Everyone was doing like, you know, different courses and stuff, and it was really hard to get clients because, like, before that era, everyone had their own like person they would have went to.
Yep.
So like I feel like now, even like say barbers or whatever. Like a lot of boys don't just go to the one barber.
Yep.
You know, they take notions, or like girls like don't always go to the same person anymore. And the makeup industry was so saturated. So I was just like, I feel like if I went onto social media and kind of chatted, would people feel more comfortable coming to me if they knew me?
Yeah.
Like kind of
No, that's true though.
Familiar with me. So I kind of started talking, and it was literally just because I wanted people in like the local area to come to me for makeup. And then I kind of just...
I had a business coach after I graduated, and that's what he said. I never had my face on my productions page, and he's like, you are sort of selling, you're selling a brand.
Yeah.
Like having people seeing like you, and I think now though, like I've went from the opposite of like having to feel like I have to be this like professional person. Like obviously I'm still professional when I go to work, but see people just seeing your personality. I think people warm to you a lot more. Do you know what I mean? It does get you more clients and stuff, I think.
It does, and especially like the weddings, I think for a makeup artist, say like you're there for maybe 6 hours of your wedding. Like that's a big portion. Yeah. That's all of your wedding morning. So if you're with somebody that you don't really vibe with, like you're not going to have a good time. Yeah. So if you have to get on with your makeup artist, so you have to kind of know what their crack is. As
much as we don't want people to judge us, we're like, judge me on this. Yeah. You're an angry person, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So here, so you said about when did you start like the effects of like alopecia sort of start happening?
I started losing my hair when I was 17, so it'll be 10 years this year from I started losing my hair. But I started losing my hair really gradually, so it started coming out like thinning.
Yeah.
And I was blonde at the time, so I was like, oh, it's just the bleach.
Yeah.
You know, grand. That was grand. Went brown. Same thing started happening. Started wearing extensions. Had extensions for like 4 years. Had tapes, bonds, whatever. And then I went to get my extensions done like around COVID, and my hairdresser was like, oh, I'm going to take you upstairs. Like, I'm just going to take you upstairs. And I was like, nothing good ever happens upstairs. Like, if you're going into a private room, there's bad news coming. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever. And she was like, she just took a photo of the back of my head and turned the phone around, and there was just bald patches at the back of my head. And I couldn't see, like, I had never seen
Yeah.
the back of my head. And I think I was in a bit of like, probably denial. And I think that's a massive thing when it comes to losing hair. You are in denial, and it's a wee bit of like a, this isn't happening to me situation. So I started losing my hair at the front of my head and the crown of my head. So that's when I started wearing wigs. So that was like 5 years ago. I started wearing wigs. So it's been a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say though, you fucking rock every wig you wear, like.
I love the wigs.
You
They're
really
class.
do. Like,
I don't know.
I'm
like,
even interested.
Consider
I
it.
would be interested in girls. I would consider it though, but I'm not interested in like girls' hairstyles. But I watch a video of you styling a wig, no sweat.
do you know what though? It is like I love watching people like try wigs on.
Aye.
Like someone's like, oh, I've got 3 wigs to try on here. I'm like, I'm sat. Like I'm like, let's go. And like, because everyone looks so different with different hair, and I love seeing how different hair can like warm up people's faces and the way like people look with different hair. And because I was a makeup artist, I was like, the only way for me to make this work is to make it like fun for me, because it was like the worst time in my life. And I just thought, if I can make this like a bit of crack for me, even though I'm pure just negative on myself at the time, then it might get better. So I started wearing different hair every day and kind of made it into like a laugh nearly for me, and then it actually became normal.
I actually seen it. You said it was a Jerry's podcast. You said like, and this is something we've said about on this as well. Like you sort of slag yourself before like and take the away from anybody else. Like, so like you said it before anybody else could even bring it up, and then I would be like that. Like and it's people like, oh, you're hard on yourself. I'm like, but nobody else can. Nobody can embarrass you. Nobody can say anything like that because you've done it. You've all control over it. Like
yes, that's what it is. It's the control. Yeah, it's having that control over like, I'm going to say this, and then it can't be said about me if I've already just said it. Yeah. You know? So I think that definitely at the start was a thing. Not so much now. Like, I think at the time when you're going through that kind of transitional period and you're going through that journey, it is hard. Yeah. But now it's like, I would never talk about myself badly now. Yeah. Because I wouldn't do myself that injustice. Do you know? Yeah. Like, I've been through shitty times with the hair, and I'm like, do you know what, like, it's all good now. Yeah. So
see, like I went like a couple of years ago, like I obviously couldn't imagine what that felt like, but I went for like a hair transplant, and I understand like the feeling, like a wee bit of a feeling, like I was like, my hair's thinning, like, and that shock factor,
the panic.
Yeah, the panic. So I couldn't imagine what it was like. But you shoot every wig that you wear. We were talking about this today. Even the cheek ones. Remember me saying that?
The wee shit ones, God love.
I'd be so interested. She was even like, she really shoots that still. The Billy Ray Cyrus one.
Oh God, love that wig. I was really sweating. I was like, there's no way. We're not going to make it work.
I love it when you start doing it, and then you're like, I don't know how it's going to happen.
But like, I showed my mom, like, what do you think of this one? She's like, Olivia, you'll never be able to do it. And then I come in an hour later and she's like, jeez, lads. Like, never doubt me. Like, don't doubt me. Second. I can do it. Might take a while, but
that's the same thing, like the pressure thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? But like, is it diamonds are made under pressure? Is that the saying?
Pressure's for tires.
There we go. That's a pure country coming out in you, isn't it?
She's not red.
She's not red.
I actually don't even know what any of them mean. It's like, if she's not blue, she'll not do. If she's red, keep her in the shed. If the crossroads are empty, driver, like, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Driver plenty, probably.
Probably.
Probably. So you don't have a tractor then?
I do. There's one outside my mummy's house.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Hey.
Swear to God.
I was thinking that you didn't, but you do, yeah.
No, I was doing a client yesterday, and like my dad charges the tractor through my makeup cabin. So like the fucking tractor's plugged into the cabin. I'd be like, sorry, having to unplug the tractor. I'm like, give me a minute. And my dad cutting about in the fucking high vis. I'm like,
cutting about. Oh my God, I heard somebody say it the other day. I went, what's that mean? Cutting about.
I love that.
Cutting about.
That just reminds me of somebody pure like on a mission, like scurrying, like they're cutting about. I love it.
Do you ever see them wee boys like they're from Dublin and they do like, or they're from England and they pretend to be 40-year-old women walking? They're walking like that, cutting about.
No, they're baiting about.
Baiting. Oh, they are baiting about.
Them blades be baiting about, like, so they're. But yeah, there's plenty of country sayings that are class.
Oh, now we're sucking diesel.
Now we're sucking diesel. Aye.
You give me more country sayings then.
I used to be wild for saying like hi after everything. Like, oh, that's class, hey.
That's class, hey.
That'll do, hey. And then people would be like when I worked up here, like I'd be working in the salon and like once would come in and be like, oh, you're a gag, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like I thought gag was like our bad thing.
No, you're a wee gag. You're funny as fuck.
Gag. I'm like,
that's a pure gag.
But whenever I'd come into work, like I'd maybe come up from home and like it takes me about maybe like, if there's no traffic, like 35 minutes to get to Belfast, right? And the ones in the salon be like, did you come the whole way here? And I'm like, did you think I floated up the M1 in a bubble? Like it doesn't take me that long to get here. And they're like, jeez, it's a long way. I feel like everyone in Belfast thinks that outside of Belfast
it's
is
so
like
far away.
No man's land.
And that's really, because so when I was saying during the lift that I used to do photos for a company and they were like, you got to be easy one of the days in Belfast. And I was like, see, it's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning to get one part of Belfast or the other. It takes me 45 minutes. I'd be as well going to fucking home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it is handy. Like, it's handier for me probably to get to Belfast than it would be like to get one side the other.
Yeah. And then when you're coming back to like, if you're coming back into Belfast at evening, so like you're just stuck at the falls for
Nightmare.
like hours.
The traffic's definitely getting worse though.
Oh, definitely. See you out there. Mental.
Like, what's going on?
It's too many people getting cars.
True. Get the glider, people.
I know.
Does it even come past here?
No, I don't know. You're calling me out for not getting the glider.
Like, you at least use some trains.
I know, there's a lot of trains out there. Like, do you don't have any trains down there, no?
I think the closest train to me is probably like 20 miles away. 25 miles away.
Know how you know you're from the country.
But
when your
You know
distance goes by miles. Do you know what I mean? We said it's about 10 minutes away. You're like, it's about 20 miles. About 20 miles up the road. We're like, it's about 10 minutes up the road.
oh my god, I do everything in miles. Like, they live like 15 miles away from me.
You even say we're like about 15 minutes.
Really?
About 5 minute walk into the town, do you know what I mean?
But then, I don't know, I think when you're in the country, you can get stuck behind a tractor, so nothing's ever guaranteed. Like, the minutes, you never know. Like,
that's actually true. And then, but then up here, the traffic could be really bad.
so it's not
So like
actually 15
a
miles.
mile, like 3 miles could seem like it's not
That's
that far,
true.
but it's actually you're in traffic the whole time.
Oh my god.
Do you know what I mean?
Anyone not from here listen to that would be like, you're talking the biggest pile of shit ever. Like,
We are. It's so podcast. It's growing on talking shit. Do you know what I mean? We love it. Let's talk about actual shit. Silage. I'm only joking. So yeah. What else was I going to ask you? I drop that phone all the time.
yeah.
I should just leave it on the floor, shouldn't I?
Do you need it? Like,
Yes, the questions are on.
well, you may grab it.
Run out of questions. I'm only joking. So here, obviously back that more wig talk.
Okay.
So do you feel like there's a wig, you have a signature wig? Do you mean like as if like I was saying this, like she would always wear like her hair like that? Do you mean, do you feel like the one that's like that became like the signature?
I used to be blonde before I lost my hair, so
Yeah.
I feel like maybe blonde is like what I kind of feel familiar with.
Yeah.
But naturally, I would have been like ready. So
You were saying that earlier on.
what?
Did you shoot ginger?
I would have been like coppery as a kid. So I love copper and I love blonde, but copper doesn't really match a lot of things.
No.
Like clothes wise, do you know like some colors it can be a bit bright for some colors,
Yeah.
or for some colors. So I'd probably blonde.
Blonde.
I love long wigs. I think I'm like a Dolly Parton impersonator. Like I just want what I don't have, like the longest hair possible. Like
Actually, that's class. So is it like? So I've seen your post yesterday about sort of like talking about like how you've overcome it all and stuff like that, and then being like an ambassador. So like, is there sort of like, do you think that there's sort of a stigma like around sort of like the idea like of wearing wigs and stuff?
I think we're just like, as a society, maybe we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
And I think like what I try and do is normalize it, like make it like a bit of crack.
Yeah.
So it's maybe like more cool. Like whenever I started wearing wigs, I didn't know anyone who wore a wig.
Yeah.
That wore a wig and like made it like a fun thing.
Yeah.
Whenever I told people that I wore a wig, it was nearly like, oh God, like
Yeah.
oh God, love you, and I'm like, I'm alright, like
I know.
you know, like I'm 100, but.
So
like,
much celebrities wear them though. That
Yeah,
you don't
so
realise.
but I don't think people realise that.
Yeah.
So it's like Kim Kardashian wears wigs, and like Paris Hilton wears wigs. Like so many celebrities wear wigs, and why is it not cool for me to wear a wig?
Yeah.
You know, and like everyone wears extensions. It's not
I know.
any different. So I think it's just trying to like normalise it a wee bit more for people. And I don't know, like you can't take the stigma out. Like one person can't just take the stigma out of something. It has to be like a whole process. But I think definitely like we're getting there. Like even now, like I see a lot more posts of people talking about their hair loss, and even like men talking about their hair loss as well, because I think like sometimes men get like forgotten about with hair loss. But yeah, especially with like a lot of the ladies that come to the wig workshops, it's like it can be so many things after COVID as well. Like there's so many different types of hair loss, like menopause as well. After the COVID jabs, alopecia, cancer treatment, there's so many different people that are affected by hair loss.
I think that is the thing as well. Like people would look at it and be like you saying like got Olivia and stuff like that, or like as if like it's something to be embarrassed about, but it's really not. Like
No,
it's so like if you think of like all the celebrities like that do it and stuff, and like all in America, like it's just normalized, but it is over here because we're so far behind.
We are, and I think even like the fact that like you know when you go to other countries, even like when you're on holidays, like the amount of like fake tan and all we wear, and like I love it. Like I will never not wear fake tan, but like we're so grand with that. Yeah. And we're so grand with like I'll wear fucking eyelashes every day. Like I'd wear eyelashes to a hospital appointment. Like I don't care. Like you know, but wearing a wig is weird.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of I think for me personally, like when I had to start wearing a wig, I was a wee bit like, oh, people are going to think I'm weird, or because I thought it was weird in my head because it wasn't normal to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone who wore a wig. I didn't even know anyone who had hair loss. Like not even like men in my family have hair loss. Like everyone has heads of hair, the bastards. My brother and my dad have deadly hair, and I'm like, yes, fuckers, just
deadly.
But,
as a countryman, deadly.
And yeah, so it
so
was
is it
kinda,
not? Is it not like hereditary then? Is it just like alopecia? I'm a bit like
yeah. So I do have genetic hair loss, but they don't know like where
Where?
it's come from. It could come from anyone. It could be just carrying it, you know, like carrying that gene. So it is genetic hair loss, which means it is. I have androgenic alopecia, so it's permanent and progressive. So my hair progressively gets worse over time, and there's no cure for it.
right, Jesus.
So
It's mad, isn't it? Like the much like things that there is, like there are like researches and stuff, and then.
But I think like with my type of hair loss, people be like, "Why don't you shave your head?" And all, and I'm like, "Because I don't want to."
I know it.
Like I still have hair.
Yeah.
But I think like representation is so important to me, and it's why I post those things that I do, because not everybody wants to shave their head.
Yeah.
Not everybody can. It's not really a thing for everybody. And also for me personally, my hair loss is quite bad at the top, but at the back my hair still grows as normal.
Yeah.
So if I was to shave my head, I'd be shaving my head every day.
I've seen that. I know, and then
And
I seen
I'm
the.
lazy as fuck, so
And then I seen the post though, like you can still style it. No, it's not as if like didn't you put a video up before?
yeah, so if I wanted to, like I could probably style my hair every day,
looks
my
class.
own hair, you know, and a lot of people do. A lot of the girls that I see and I meet like still just don't want to wear a wig. Like
Yeah.
a wig's not for everybody,
I
and
know.
it's also not just your only option if you are going through hair loss. So like there's so many things you can do. So I just think for me and like what I do, like the representation and representing people with the alopecia that I have is really important.
Yeah. See, what? So how was the? So you were in BBC 100 Women, weren't you? Mm-hmm. That's class.
It was pretty crazy now.
That's big stuff, like, isn't it?
It was scary.
So what's the crack with that? Like, what actually was that?
So basically every year the BBC creates a list of 100 influential and inspiring women in the world.
Yep.
And they put me on it.
Unreal.
So they emailed me like last year. It must have been like whenever it was, like November time, and I was like to my boyfriend, like, oh, scam email, like like, oh my god, someone's gonna scam her, like they're pretending to be the BBC, and then it had like the logo and all at the bottom, And he was like, that looks really legit. And I was like, yeah, they're really good.
They're really good.
They're really good. And then I was looking at it and I was like, wait, imagine this is real. Because they didn't ask me for anything. So I was like, I'll reply and see what the crack is, unless they be like, what's your bank details, PS? You know, like,
there's like a admission fee or something. You're like,
no. You have to pay £1,000 to get on it. I'm like, okay. But replied anyway, and she was like, no, like, this is the list, and you had to, like, obviously accept that you're on it. But I didn't know anyone else. They didn't tell me anything about like who would be on it. I didn't really realize the level of how big it was.
Yeah.
I kind of just thought it would be like maybe like put up on the news or something, you know, that there was a list.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I'd be on the actual news this morning. Like that was terrifying.
Was it?
Yeah.
More terrifying than this?
Yeah. Like, and you know, when news too, like, I like to have a bit of, I don't know, like a bit of notice.
Yeah.
Like I was on the BBC News like this morning, the UK one.
Yeah.
So like BBC One.
Yeah.
And they rang me up like 2 days, like the Saturday, and they were like, well, they didn't say well, obviously.
Well, what's happening?
Hi, BBC News. Well, what are you? They were like, hi, can you come on the news on Monday morning? And I was like, this Monday? And they were like, yeah, like at 9 o'clock. And I was all, yeah, that's grand. And then it just happened. So when you're on the news, this is what pure threw me. I couldn't watch the videos back, so I was like, I'm actually giving myself the fear. When you're looking at it, you're looking at a blank screen.
Right.
So you can't see them. I can't see anyone. So whenever I used to look at people on the news and be like, why the fuck are they looking around the room?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when somebody's actually like on Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, I was going like this because I have nothing to look at. Like, I had nothing to focus on.
Should they look right in the camera?
They were like, it just says on the screen, BBC News, look directly in your camera. But when you start talking, then I was like,
oh yes, I know what you mean.
You know, I can't see them.
Was there a bit of a delay? Because sometimes there'd be a bit of delay in them. Do you know what I mean?
There was a wee bit at the start, but I couldn't hear. I didn't know there was a delay until I seen it back, and I was like,
I'm in slow motion. Help!
They were like, hi, and I was like, hello. And it was like delayed, and they were like,
do you ever see them when they start answering the question and then like they're answering the last part of the last one?
Yeah.
And stuff, and
or there's that like real, they ask them a question and they're like, yeah, and you're like, oh.
Was that you?
Yeah, obviously.
I want to watch it now. Where is it?
I don't know.
It's in the archives somewhere.
It's somewhere. Probably on page. But no, as soon as it went up in the morning, it went up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, so it was up for people like going to work.
Yeah.
And one of my boyfriend's friends screenshot it and sent it to him being like, Olivia's on the news. Like, she's on my thing. And I was like, I hadn't told anyone. I didn't tell my dad.
Did you not?
No, I told my mom, my boyfriend, that was it. Because I was like, imagine it goes up and I'm not on it. Like, it was a big scam, and I was telling everyone, like, I'm on it. They're like,
think you're on it for like 2 seconds.
They're like, yeah. Like, not even on it at the bottom. But, like, because I have people that follow me from like all over the world. So those girls that were following from India, and they were like, you're on like, I can see you in the news. Mental. So yeah, it was crazy.
That's sad. But that's really good. Like, and that's just, it must have felt class to be like in that, like,
yeah,
like it must be like a real, like, you have to feel proud of that, like.
Oh, I was so proud. And I was so proud to I felt like I was representing people with alopecia. Yeah. You know, because a lot of the time you don't see anyone on like the national news that has alopecia or talks about it or wears a wig even. So just to kind of get that out there was really important.
That literally came from like, you think of you, like the start, the whole like nervousness or like embarrassment of like wearing that, and then it's come sort of like full circle, like you're like the person out there, like you wish you had a scene like probably back then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. God, I'm getting all emotional.
Oh my God, are you gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry.
Why?
I was
about to be like, you need to take your head for a holiday.
Like, no, that's like that trend. We were talking about this earlier on. I met myself for a coffee. Did you see that trend?
Mine would literally be like, I met myself for a coffee, and she was like, why the fuck are you wearing a wig? Like, that would literally be, my 17-year-old self would be like, girl, what happened? But no, like, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say there.
Oh, you're God though, right? So here, right, with I want to know more about you. So what are you like? Like, do you like to go out drinking? What's your favorite holidays? What do you like?
I take notions on the drink.
Do you?
Yeah, so I try not to drink as much because I'm a pure bomb scare.
Are you?
I'm just annoying. Like I
All
actually,
country folk aren't on the drink.
oh, like I just do my own heading, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually better crack sober, I think.
Right, you need this.
Everyone's like
What-
crickets.
Right,
Yeah,
what-
okay.
What do you like on the drink? What do you
Just
mean?
fucking telling my life.
As you're on a podcast telling your life story.
No, I've been in the bathroom being like, gather round. Welcome to my TED talk. Like, or also like my friends, I'm like, I'm going to the toilet and they're like, right. And I'm literally like doing someone's makeup in the bathroom for like 2 hours.
Are you that girl in the smoking area?
Oh, like I would be like, leave him. And these girls are like, I've been married for 20 years. I'm like, divorce him. He's not worth it. Like, that's me. And the next day I'd be like, I'm so embarrassed.
It's not fair. You know what I
can't do it.
I like get really bad anxiety like when I'm hungover, but I shout at myself. I'm like, what were you doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, but it comes out in random places. Like I'll be walking through the town and I'll be like, what? Do you know what I mean?
Would you ever be just driving and you get like a flashback of like something you said and you're like I could near crash the car. I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
I went off.
like, I can't. Like, I just be talking the biggest pile of shit.
I love that. I think it's because I drink so much I don't care anymore.
But no, like I take notions where I'm like, I'm gonna go off the drink, and I do go off for like maybe 6 months, and then I'd be like, go back on it, and I'm like, I'm not really back on it. Like I'll drink sometimes, but like I would rarely drink at like events or like work stuff or anything. It's only really when I feel like it's safe to do so.
Yeah. Oh well, I would understand like now slightly, but I couldn't imagine what yours would be like. That you can't drink at events because so many people are just like there. I seen you the other night at Dervis.
Were you there?
Yeah, you were
Were you?
drunk. I'm joking, you were drunk. I only came in like you were in the hall talking to somebody as I was coming in. I was only in for like an hour to take a video.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but then I would say you were getting swarmed in there like.
Oh, no, we weren't even. Like, I love meeting people. Like,
Yeah.
I love meeting people.
But
that,
if
like,
you don't want to
follow
meet people,
along.
and you're telling them all to leave their husbands.
That's what I mean. When I get drunk, I just be talking pure. I never say anything bad,
Yeah.
ever, but I just get the pure fear because I just be like someone will be like, oh, my boyfriend's really cheeking me, and I'm like, where is he? Get him in here, like, talk to him. And I'm like, you don't even know this girl. Like, what are you doing? Why am I?
Imagine she brought him in.
Like, why am I putting my life in the line for some randomer? But I think like even the other night, like just meeting people that like follow you and like watch your stuff, because sometimes I think you're probably the same. Like you post stuff and I just think nobody watches it.
Yeah.
Like I just be talking random stuff and then someone's like, oh, I seen you were there, and you're like, oh my
I
god,
know.
people actually see that.
Somebody actually said to me, he's like, I laughed at that video of you using Sports Direct, and I was like, I don't really think that much people seen that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But like we were saying, I think it was one of my friends, Abby, we were talking about it, and she said something like, oh, I put something up, but I don't think many people seen it. And I went and looked at it, and it was like 12,000 people had seen it. And I was like, Abby, the SSE Arena, I don't know why I called it that. It's the Odyssey, like, anyway. Like, PR training. The Odyssey holds 11,000 people. Like, that's so many people.
I know, actually. And that is the
Do you know when you think about it like that? Like, that's a lot of people.
because like that's a big thing, and I think I sort of have that when it comes to like YouTube, and then obviously like TikTok people see your stuff a lot easier.
Yes.
But then my friend says, yes, but Connor, even if you're getting 3,000 views on a video,
So many.
3,000 people have clicked into the see that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I was like, no, that's actually true. She said, could you name 3,000 people? I was like, no.
Yeah.
But that's a thing. But see, I seen Abby sort of post the other day like about trolls and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just TikTok. It's just even when you go into them lives, like I
have too much fear to go live.
that's
I'm
where they
too
come
scared.
from.
I'm too scared.
They're just anything to like rip you like shreds or try and get a reaction out of it. And you can be as strong as you want. Like you can be like so level headed, but see, like if you have a bad day and you wake up and choose violence one day,
absolutely.
fuck.
Like it just takes that. But then I think that's so, social media is so dangerous, and like it just does take you, like literally 99% of the time I'm like, oh my god, get a life. Like you really need to get a hobby. But then there'd be one, say I'm having a bad day and I see something that could spiral me.
Oh, why?
Do you know? Like, and it could be the stupidest thing. And I'd be like, fuck up, like, you're doing my fucking in. And then I'm like fucking writing back and all, like
With the 2 fingers sitting, the phone sitting down, though.
on their LinkedIn, texting their boss and all, like screenshots, like, look at your fucking person said. But like, I don't know, like, I think those lives and all, like, there's a lot of sad people about, like,
Oh, there is. Sure,
and
see,
they all have internet apparently. Like,
see, I had a video where I was talking absolute gibberish, right?
yes.
And it was because I seen a rant. And then I was just like, imagine I come on, because I didn't understand the person's rant, but like, you know, when people
I
say,
seen this video
people do
that you
rant.
posted.
So then I done one
Like, just
where
stick
I
with
was
it.
just talking crap, but then that's been up a week, and all of a sudden it's went on the FIP in America.
Yes.
And I am getting ripped to shreds. Like, people tell me
Are
to
they
go
really
get
bad?
language lessons and all. Like, people like saying I'm a narcissist and that because this doesn't make any sense, and my Scottish accent. I'm like, fuck off. And that's Scottish. But then a day I woke up and I choose violence, and
Yes, you're planning
Julia
on.
got it. You know what I mean? Julia, I was like, love, and fuck off, and that means fuck off in Belfast. I mean,
Or sitting at home shaking.
what?
Or like, I should never
She
post
didn't even
that.
write back, and she's a bot. Because they're all going, will you stop texting me? And I'm like, I'm not even messaging you.
Did you ever see, somebody shared it ages ago, like those like bot farms?
No, what is it? It's because I think it's 'cause, well, there's no way this has got this much interaction for like in the space of 24 hours, and it's all this similar sort of messages. It could be something like that.
Like basically a big room in like a factory where people employ people to just comment on people's TikToks just to get like,
Engagement going.
yeah. So like, do you ever get on your TikTok somebody will comment like 3 emojis?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Like there'll be heart one.
Or it's like sometimes it's like 2, you know, the ones with the big eyes. It's just like,
I've got ones being like,
or like 2, 3 ones, yeah.
aye.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I may stop doing that in case you think I'm a bot farm.
Like, oh. But like sometimes they'll just comment random stuff. I did see, like there was, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like loads of people in a room and they've all got like 5 phones in front of them and they're all just literally swiping and commenting.
Yes.
Like it's all just like,
Is that what that is? No, that's mad. That's mad. But then, see, as soon as like you give that a wee bit of like, I go on a day and choose violence, I'll sit later on, calm down. Like I need to delete that.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck.
it happened to me the other day. Somebody, like I was doing a video and I had a blazer on, right? And like but somebody commented being like, it was a really nice video. It was about like hair loss and whatever. And I think those videos I get a wee bit like more sensitive.
Yeah.
Only because like somebody could rip me to shreds and I'd be like, LOL. Like that's so funny.
Yeah.
Like you're actually sad. But if it's under something about alopecia or hair loss, I'm like, you're not just coming for me now. You're coming for all of us.
You feel like there's a responsibility.
There's a
there.
responsibility for me because I know if I was vulnerable and I was looking under someone's comments, if somebody was like, oh my god, look at the state of her hair or something, I'd have been like, that's to me as well because I look like her. Do you know? And there's such a, when I was talking about representation, when you find someone that has like the same condition as you or something, you do have that like, you can relate to them.
Yep.
So I do delete stuff. But there was a girl the other day, I was like, she's wearing her granda's jacket and I was like, it sure does. And then it was up for like 10 minutes and I was like, delete.
Because then they come back like, my dad's dead, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, account deleted. Some girls
Always.
some
You can say
some girls said that to me, like the gibberish thing, but I was only replying back in gibberish, and it showed something to me like, but she was American, she wrote something back, and this isn't funny by the way. She wrote back and says, I had a brain injury and I find it hard to understand your accent. I was like,
God.
comments. It was like I didn't know, but you know what I mean?
I know.
But like I wasn't meant to know. I wasn't making fun of anybody like that.
But I do think like, yeah, you just, some days it's better than others, but
We're all human. Like you can't live this like lifestyle of like having to live like would you say like a monotone sort of like.
you can't just
You
go
can't
about
numb your nerves,
and like I always say this too, like you know the way people be like, oh, don't react, like don't give them the time of day and all, and I get it to a certain extent, but if somebody came up to you in the street and was like, look at the state of you, I'd be like, fuck up. Like get to fuck out of my face. And then you're online, you're like, thank you. No, I know, like you know, we're all human, we've all got emotions.
Somebody said to me before, and we were out, and like, it's like, oh, I watch your podcast. Do you do TikTok? I was like, yes. Like, didn't really like get the start. You're alright, and they're doing your podcast. Now, if I turn around and say, I don't like your fucking face. Do you know what I mean? Like you're saying you
what
don't.
Is that?
That's like saying you didn't like. So you didn't like me at the start, but if I turn around and says, "Oh, your makeup shite," do you mean like? Am I gonna get called like a slobber? Do you know what I mean?
But like, why would you say? I just think that's such a backhanded compliment. Like, I didn't like you, but like, you know.
And then
like,
and then they actually said that's meant to be a compliment, by the way, and I was like, didn't really feel like it. But
like you didn't need to know that they didn't.
Can I
like
just
you.
get my drinks and move from the bar, please?
Damn.
Bye.
But no, like I was saying to my boyfriend the other day, like sometimes my videos have went viral in like Spain or something, and I know a wee bit of Spanish now, like from the hate comments. Like I do, yeah, because I always translate them, and I'm like, oh my god, I know what that means. And like we were watching, there was a clip from like Spanish Love Island, and I was like, don't even need the subtitles. I know what he's saying.
Actually,
yeah,
I can't even learn English. I'd be fucked.
I swear it's literally because they're always like state of your wig or something, and I know what it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, that's
or like hair or something.
So you have like an audience everywhere then.
I think recent, like I'd say TikTok and Instagram. I'd say maybe Instagram is more of a like local, like UK kind of thing.
Yep.
And then TikTok is more of like there's a lot of Americans on there, but then like a lot of people all over the world wear wigs, so it's like there's a lot of different.
There's a relatability there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What so you were saying about your workshops? What is it? So what's correct with them?
So they happen every couple of months, and it's just basically like a wee event where people that want to wear wigs or have hair loss just come together, and I show them how to put wigs on. Because
it like obviously people will be really good at doing hair and stuff. Like I'm saying, it would be obviously like different. Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But I think the thing that people forget is if you've had not bad hair, but if you were like me and your hair was thin and you were trying to do something with it, you're not really good at hair because you've never had hair to do anything with. So when you get a wig that's like full length, big hair, it needs looking after, like wigs need a lot of maintenance. How the fuck do you know what you're doing?
Do they have more maintenance? Do you say like they have more maintenance because like you're changing them all the time? Do you know what I mean? Or like
no, because most people would just wear the one wig.
Right.
But they're dead hair. So this is someone else's hair that I'm wearing on my head. It's kind of weird when you think about it. But like,
have a go with this.
But it doesn't get the natural oils that your own hair would get.
Yeah.
So it needs looking after. Like, you can't use the same amount of heat on it. You have to wash it a certain way. You know, you have to use certain products on it and stuff. So that all needs to be like taken into accountability. And like, there's not the support here. I
was going to say that's actually really good to have like workshops like that.
This country that we need. So like there's only really me that does kind of something like that.
Go ahead.
So yeah, it's fun. I love it. It can be sad though. It's emotional time for a lot of people. Like a lot of times, maybe some of the ladies that come to the workshop, maybe that's the first time that they've ever took that step to maybe think about wearing a wig, and that's a massive step to take. So it can be overwhelming, but it also is like a really lovely experience, and it's so much fun.
I know that's the thing, like making it into like something that is a bit more like a workshop, you know what I mean, and good, and then just relatable and modern sort of, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's also like when I walk into rooms, like I'm usually the only person that's wearing a wig. Like if I go in to say like, I don't know, like if I'm going to the cinema, it's a full cinema, like the chances that there's someone else in there wearing a wig is very slim. Yeah. So when you come into the wig workshop, like 90% of the ladies there are wearing wigs. So you actually get to have real like conversations with people. Because a lot of people that come don't tell any of their friends or family that they wear wigs. Like that's a massive thing too. Yeah. For whatever reason. Some people are so open about it, some people aren't, and it's their own choice. So when you go to the wig workshop, like you can actually just be yourself and just talk about the things you want to talk about.
This is why you're on PPC. No way. This is why.
When I get talking about it, I just like.
But do you feel like that though? Like, probably before, I think sometimes even like the likes of me and work, like I'm like, why are people asking me to talk about like content? I mean, until you start talking about it, you're like, actually, do you know what I'm talking about?
Like, I talk about it for hours, and then somebody asks me something about like something serious, and I'm like, I don't know. Don't know. Sorry.
Don't know. Just don't know.
Like my brain is just like 90% wigs. That's it. There's no one else in there.
So here, what were you like growing up? I like to know what people were like growing up, because
I was really shy.
Were you?
Oh my god, I hardly spoke. I was very nervous, very anxious person. Probably until I started doing makeup, I would say, because like I always wanted to do makeup like secretly, never actually said out loud. I wanted to be a funeral director for years, right?
What? Hold on. What got you? What? I
know. But like I really wanted to be a funeral director. I just had this thing. I was just like really obsessed with it.
And like really interested in it. So?
Really interested. Like, still am.
Like the embalming or?
Yeah. But I think, you know, when you're younger, you don't really have like I don't know, you're not like emotionally mature. Whereas now I couldn't do it. I just think I'd be so upset.
Yeah.
You know, where when I was younger, I was like, I wouldn't care. I'd be grand, whatever. But I think, like, I'm so interested in it. But when I was growing up, like, I danced for 14 years and loved the dancing. Hated, like, having to be in a room talking to people. But could have got up on a stage, no bother. Just
What
those,
type of
like,
dancing did you do?
one-to-one. I did tap dancing and... Don't laugh!
I'm laughing because you're laughing.
Tap dancing, ballet, and I did modern as well, like modern jazz.
Why have I never seen you do any of this?
No one will ever see me do it.
No?
I do love tap dancing, but I would never do it. Like, I haven't done it in years.
Or your space?
Huh?
Would you not do it?
No.
So you tell people in the bathroom to your husband, would you want to give me a freaking top dance?
Me can have videos and all, like, right, well.
This is me when I was younger.
I was actually quite good, like.
I thought you were going to say Irish dancing or something.
No, I don't know. Like, I remember being like to my mom, like, why can you not just let me do Irish dancing? Because all my friends be like, you're weird. Like, me with my tap shoes, like. I think they're like, that's so weird you do that. But I do, like, I think because I was so shy, they made me do something like that to try and, like, bring me out of my shell. And it probably just made me worse. I was just like, I'm just here for the dancing. Like, I don't want to make friends.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I was really, really, really quiet. And then I was okay in school because it was comfortable. And then when I went to uni, I just, like, as I said, cried in the fucking graphic design interview. When I eventually got into uni, I just hated it. I hated the work. It wasn't something I loved doing.
What were you doing?
I did communication management and public relations.
So it's not actually not far from
what I'm
not,
doing.
aye.
And I actually still, like, some of the girls I went to uni with, like, do work for some of the PR companies here.
Yeah.
So it kind of, like, people I went to uni with, I now, like, work kind of.
So you are still using it though, it's just good.
Yeah. But I used to be so nervous, like, going into class, and, like, I hated talking to people and stuff. And then
Or so when they get you to do a presentation in uni and you're like, oh my god, like, what's a presentation like?
oh
Just
my
like,
god, I actually vomited in one of my presentations, the recorded ones. Yeah, like, was sick in the corner.
you should have done drama.
And then whenever I didn't pass, I was like, what the fuck? The lecturer was like, you vomited in the middle. I was like, Mama.
Everybody does that.
I know. But yeah, like, I think when you're doing, like, I want to do makeup so much, but I wasn't really sure about, like, I didn't have the people skills. So when I started doing makeup when I was 18.
Yeah.
And then I think you just, like, you're probably the same. Like, I think when you're in that job, you have to be talkative. Like,
You get a work persona as well, don't you?
you have to. And I just became so used to doing that I taught myself how to be chatty.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck up. So, like, it's kind of went the other way.
I'm exactly the same as you do. Like, see, like, growing up, I was so, like, quiet and, like obviously, I went out the weekend, drank, and I was probably, like, I was like an outburst. I talked for the whole week at the weekend.
Yes.
And
I was
then
the same.
I think then in school, like, my mates were all, like, sort of, like rarity and stuff like that, and I was just sort of, like, there on the side, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even when I went to uni, I was sort of the same. I was just... Obviously, I was talking over with my friends, but when I used to work in August, and I remember, like, they used to all be like, "Oh, well, Sir Connor hit a retina," and I would have hit a retina. Like, I was so embarrassed and things. And then it's when I started doing photography, and I was like, you just had to go and do a shoot, and you haven't got time to be like,
yeah, you don't have the...
You have to talk. You have to tell people to move. You have to
yeah.
sort of like stuff like that. So I completely get you with that one. It's I think that's what people don't realize sometimes when you throw yourself. Some people can be like, I'm too anxious to go out and stuff. I throw yourself out there sometimes, and it really does help. Like,
and I think, like, I could talk in front of, like, hundreds of people, no bother.
Yep.
Like, it wouldn't take a flinch out of me. But see, if I had to meet, like, I don't know, like, somebody one-on-one, I'd be like, shit myself.
aye.
So it's like the wee thing, even like filling my diesel up, I'm like, fuck, like, I'd be pure shaking, like. Then I walk in and they're like, I've seen you on the news. I'm like, oh, I'm only joking. But like, I could do that no bother. But see, if it's like a one-on-one thing, I don't know, it's weird.
I know what you mean though. Like, so I'm doing a show obviously, and I always thought, I was like, fuck. But I actually get more nervous for doing these than I do doing the show.
Yeah.
Because as you go out there,
But you'd be running on adrenaline too.
Aye.
It's like the buzz. Like, you'd be like, I'm so ready to do that.
and I just go out shouting. Like, I don't go out like talking, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? It's no like, there's no like in between.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just, and I'll talk to the crowd and slag the crowd, and you just feel like you just bounce off it all. So I get that. But then I would feel like if you put me in front of a Zoom,
Oh, why?
Oh my god. I have like a notepad beside me and I'm just drawing over it the whole time because I'm so nervous.
I did an online workshop and I just like didn't realize how much I would be so scared to do it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, I think when I do the in-person workshops, like I love it. Like I be like counting down the days to get it because you just get such a, like you near feed off people's energy.
Yeah.
You know, when you kind of you bounce off people and it's such a nice atmosphere, whereas you're doing it online, you don't have, everyone's muted.
Yeah.
So you're just talking to yourself. Like when I was doing it, I was just chatting to myself.
And they're not, so they're not even chatting back or anything? Yeah? No?
No, they were writing things into the chat so I could reply to the messages, but it was like just me talking.
I don't mind that because we do, like I done lives and that helped me with that.
Yeah.
Because I would never been able to listen to my voice back and like I started doing this. Do you know what I mean?
I do think I laugh when people be like, oh, like don't record me, like I sound so weird, like I don't sound like that, and I'm like, you do. Like we all sound exactly the way you hear, like that's your voice. Because I listen to myself 20 times a day. You do the same. Like I listen to myself so much, I know I sound like that. So, like,
I know you don't even get that anymore.
You're so used to it.
Because I even like, if I hear things back, I'm like, that sounds like me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you hear somebody else, I'm like, is that me? And like,
yeah.
So you know what you sound like. I just sound like a smack or something, don't I? Like
I laugh when people comment under my videos all the time. I think I've actually got less culty as the years have went on because I suppose like people, I suppose when people are watching you and when you're always getting comments being like, I can't understand you, then I nearly had to try and like make my voice a wee bit clearer, and now I do talk a wee bit clearer, probably for the fucking best. But like I sometimes say something when I'm doing a voiceover and I listen back and I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? Like I'd be like like my ones always be like, you sound like Uncle Colin, because like when I'm telling a story I'd be like, aye, so anyway then sure, and we're away down there and you know yourself, you know your man, and he was there, and everyone's like, you are a fucking notion. Like
that third TikTok you put up, hi, look, versus
how I sound. Like I literally open my mouth and I can see people being like, my god, that's her voice. Like
did you ever see the videos on Facebook of the wee kid, and he's really young and he's talking like that about the tractor and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Because he is like a wee grandpa, but he's talking like, I just brought the tractor up there and
a busy man.
A busy man.
Flat out.
He's 4. Go on the nursery.
But like anyone could meet me in the shop and they'd be like, well, what are you at today? And I'd be like, I'm flat out. I could be laying in bed all day. Like I'd be like, I'm flat out. Like, I just something to say.
Or somebody asks me, what are you at? Fuck off.
Fuck
like,
off.
I have
flat
not
out.
stopped.
So busy. On on.
Fuck off. And like I walk into like a wedding makeup artist, oh, it's cracking, like fuck off. Like literally just in the wedding and do photos. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or not much. Fuck off.
Yes. Or no. Like I don't know. Even like a wedding, like I could go into a wedding no weather and be like, well, what's crack? Like floating about.
I love it. Floating about, cutting about.
Just cutting out.
Beating about. No wedding.
But like I'll drive home from a wedding in silence, like.
Like,
no music on around.
Like, so could you imagine if I've got there at 9 in the morning and it's fucking,
I don't know how you do it.
It's 10:30 at night and you have to drive home from Kevin. I'm being in the car like, I'm putting the window up and down, not trying to keep you awake. Yeah. Like, I don't even smoke in my car and I'd be smoking. I'd be like,
the car can like take a break. You're like,
yeah, that happened to me the other week.
I know, happened to me too.
Coming from Dublin, I was like, but it makes a big noise.
It scares fuck out of you.
I only got my car, so I didn't know. I was like, what? But I was actually listening to the songs, like singing away to them. Take a break. I was like, all right. And so we coffee, you know?
I know.
Like, just sit over in the hard shoulder. The car, so we just chill out. Not a chance. We'll have some questions.
Okay.
We actually have, like, we'll have had a couple of questions. Like, there's the ones about, like, younger self. So here's, maybe, you might want to answer some of these.
Okay.
But you don't have to.
Okay, right.
But you do.
No choice.
You better fucking answer these. Right. What's the weirdest brand collab you've ever been offered?
Weirdest brand collab. Probably like weird like sex toys or something. I think everyone gets that.
Do they?
Yeah, like what do you call them? Like Love Honey or something?
I'm actually laughing because
have you done it?
No. Or just go on there if you want them. What are you joking? I've had them. That's my weirdest photo shoot.
Oh, was it?
I had the like down in, where was it? No, down.
Sorry, Botanic Gardens.
No,
Hiya.
the butterfly farm. And there was models and all.
Oh, is there?
And the butterfly farm.
Jesus.
Like, oh, these rabbits.
Fucking hell.
I'm not even joking.
And
then
that's probably the weirdest one.
We had to go to like Lady Dixon and me and Sharon and take product for them, but it was like raining. We were under a tree. I heard like these kids and like their mad like shouting. I was like, put them under the blanket. Get the camera out.
But imagine walking past, like,
cutting them out.
like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, middle of Botanic?
I don't know, but these wee toys sitting against the tree. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the weirdest, but I feel like everyone gets, they just message everyone. Or like, I'm trying to think of any like obscure ones. Not really anything like
Nah, I think that would probably be
mad.
up there,
Like,
wouldn't it?
I'm a nightmare. I'm really, really, really picky with what I do. Like,
Are
I
you?
only do stuff that I actually think that would be good on my page.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I know, because it needs to go with like your brand, and I think that's a big thing that I've noticed from like TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like people are on telling you to buy lunchboxes.
Everyone's flat out selling toilet rolls. Like I'm sorry, what houses are you living in? Because I could not fit 120 toilet rolls under my fucking stairs. They're massive. They're huge.
They said they get them for £15 and make your arse just aching. You know what I mean?
How much shite are you doing?
The arse is raw red. You don't even.
No, fair play, it's a good deal, but like
Newspaper cheaper.
it's more just getting them delivered for me. Like my postman already hates me because he's there every single day. But I'm imagining just like hauling the fucking toilet rolls out of his van, being like, this fucking
or being like, can I have it into your tractor? I put this pallet of toilet roll up your garden. My ma's the person who buys everything.
Oh no,
on
my ma
TikTok
bought
shop.
them too. My ma was like, unbelievable deal. I was like, of course, they were literally full of our hallway. I was like, where are you putting them? Like, there's so many. There's like 120. It's like,
That's mad.
there's so many. She's like, that'll do us. I was like, fucking right, it'll do us.
For 3 years.
Yeah, but like,
What other TikTok shop things is there?
there's so many.
Like people, the lunch boxes that you heat up in the car. I'm like, I'm not heating my lunch. Have you seen it?
No,
So like,
you plug it into the car.
You plug it into your car and it heats your lunch up.
Fuck, your battery will be away.
I know.
The old diesel. Be gone.
I mean,
Do you know what though? I think TikTok Shop is like an unbelievable tool for creators and people making money, and like it is such a cool way to like connect with brands. But like, fuck me, why are you trying to sell me a set of toilet rolls?
I know.
Like, calm down, Del Boy. Like,
and then people are like, you ran into the shop and you bought this Red Bull for like 180. I can get you for 150. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care. Like,
I don't want 40 fucking Red Bull in my house.
that's what I mean. It's the bulk.
Do you know what I mean?
Stresses me out.
But I do get what you mean. Like with the brand stuff, you need to like. Imagine me. Connor says, I'm just going to maybe start up a TikTok shop of just really random stuff.
But like, I am the worst for it because I get influenced so easily.
Yeah.
So like, someone will be like, I got this in TikTok Shop, and they haven't even told me the product, and I bought it. Like, I'm like,
You know what I bought on TikTok shop?
I buy so much.
It was fucking disgusting. Hung over one day, spent 40 quid on fucking dried vegetables. They're like the sweets, freeze dried.
The vegetables
Yeah, it wasn't disgusting.
with a rod.
No.
Connor, did you not buy your referral on TikTok?
My air fryer's from TikTok shop.
How much is it?
8 quid.
We made food and like an hour.
It took 2 hours.
That thing's gonna blow up. Like.
Oh my god, that thing's gonna blow up. We were going to a wedding. I made Sharon turn back one day because I left it on. I was like, no, I was £8 from TikTok shop. The apartment will be burnt down.
Gonna be away. Like,
You know what I mean? But the freeze dried veg do not buy. It was broccoli.
You thought it was about 7.
I was so hungry. See if I'm hungover. Like
Fair enough.
I don't spend the money on the night out. I spend it the next day. Like I'll order a £40 Chinese and eat a spring roll and that's
you're
it.
like, oh, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, so they'll be buying that. I buy all sorts, like the
Loads
fucking
of
the push-up bars that are still sitting at the door. You bought them? Do you want them? Huh? So if you have anything in TikTok shop, send me it on a Sunday and I'll bet no sweat. But for the likes of brands, I know what you mean. Like if it's related to like what you do, like people will be more. You would buy it more because it's related
Yeah.
to someone's brand. But if it's something random, like you're not gonna.
And also, like, fair play, if you've just bought it off TikTok Shop and you're just showing it, like, you may as well get the commission.
Yeah.
And like, also, I think that people think the commission is like £500. Like, it's about a penny a fucking
I know.
purchase. Like, do you know, like, people are like, they're getting commission. You're like, it's literally buttons. Like, calm down.
But then there's a way to like people see with your account as well. I bet you would get it more like where people generally just want to know where you bought stuff. So it's easier for you to have as a link to be like, this is where I got it.
Yeah.
I've seen like a lot of like makeup artists and stuff do that. Like, and when they're saying like get ready with me, I probably shouldn't say this. I'm watching people's makeup tutorials.
Get ready with me.
No, get ready with me. But
I love hearing people talk. People could talk about the biggest pile of shite, and I'd be like, unbelievable. Like, tell me about your whole day.
or do you ever like watch somebody's video and just like leave it on,
Yeah.
like, and you're listening to it, and then I'll go out into like the hall or like go to fill a bath, and it's just repeating.
Yeah, all the time.
all the time. And then I get like subconsciously don't listen to it, and then like flip and be like,
Yeah.
turn it off. You know what I mean?
But I am chronically online, like, and I have no shame either. Like, you know that people be trying like be mysterious and all. Like, you be talking to them, and they're like, "Oh, I follow you." Like, I'd be like, "What about your trip to Slough in 2012? Unreal, the photos of class." And they're like, "Were you on my page?" I'm like, "Of course." Like, I don't care. I'll just say it. Like,
I know.
I'd be like, "Oh, I was watching all of your videos in a pure row because I was on your page." Like,
Sure. I followed you on TikTok, and I think I met you when I was in Japan, but it was like 7 o'clock in the morning in Japan, which was like 3 o'clock in the morning in Belfast. And I was like, oh, and then I think I wrote to you and said, I'm in Japan, by the way, just in case you thought I was a creep. In case you
You're in the
messaging
middle of
someone
the
at
night.
3 o'clock in the morning, do you want to come on my podcast? You're
me
gonna say
immediately
no.
block.
Aye.
What a weirdo.
That's why you didn't reply to me. Oh, yeah, I seen that one, Connor.
Yeah, didn't see it. Sorry.
But then you like sort of catch yourself out and make it more weirder by mentioning it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But yeah, so I wasn't a creep. I was in Japan.
That's alright.
I still shouldn't have mentioned it's 7 o'clock in the morning either. Right, so what else do I have? I like this one. These are just random ones now. There's not.
Right.
If you had to pick a song to play every time you walked into your room, what would you choose?
Oh. Somebody asked me a similar question to this last week, and I said The Man by Taylor Swift, but probably Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay. I love Coldplay.
I don't even know that song. What is that song?
I
Yeah.
love Coldplay.
Have you been seeing them?
No. Because I was in
Not
Australia
that that means that you don't love them.
No, I was in Australia last year when they were here,
But
so
they're-
I missed it.
But their concerts look amazing. That's why I was asking.
Unreal.
Listen, the whole place still
I know.
Yeah, the concerts look amazing. Like, I was raging that we couldn't go.
Because I always, why I was asking that is because it's so big, and I'm like, sometimes I make things look better in videos. Do you think that as well? Some people
Yeah.
can make a video look really good, just because, but then I go and be like, underwhelmed at things. Do you get what I mean?
Do you know what's so weird? Like, I don't love concerts. Like, I'm happy enough just listening on Spotify. Like,
So I would be the same.
I'm just not really like a concert person.
Especially if you go somewhere like in Croke Park and you're way at the back. I'm
It's
like, I
just
could just watch this on YouTube and better crack.
And like, I need to go to the toilet, and I'm wrecked, and I'm tired, and we had to drive 2 hours to get here, and somebody's elbowing me in the back, and like, I'm just stressed.
I'm
Like,
not enjoying it.
I'd rather be at home listening to like it on the radio.
Were you going to
you
say
know-
something really country here?
No,
You were? Right?
I wasn't. On the stereo.
I thought you were going to say like on like downtown radio.
On Downtown Country Boys.
I don't know what I would pick.
I lived in, I said, what would be? Actually, not twins.
Her Mazda Shania Twain. See anytime we're drinking, she just and it comes on. She's like, no, like man, I feel like woman beating the door.
She turns it on once out of her
She'll turn. She goes, let's go, girl. She just like doesn't
Straight
care
from
whose
the
door it is. Just boot it.
Love it.
But that's the bit.
What was yours be?
I don't know.
I believe it would be lenient, so.
Probably in it. No, but like it's probably more. Some Beyonce. Cheeky girls or something.
What kind of music do you like?
Oh, such a weird.
Anything?
Like she said this to me in the car the other day. She's like, "Your music's mental." Like it just goes from like it'll be like Kneecap, and then the next song will be like "I'm too messy," and then it'll go like something really random, like a really heavy techno song, and then it'll be like Billie Eilish or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then oh my god, there should be Ariana Grande song. I can't even say it.
You
So
really into all of it, but like it just plays after.
they all just play
Yeah.
off. I like a It's probably like my wee ADHD brain. I just need to mix of stuff.
Mine's the same. Like when I'm in the gym, I'd be listening to like, you know, like songs people walk up the aisle to. I'd be like, and in my head it's like la 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 la, or like a murder podcast, and I'm just in the gym like floating about. Listen, they're like, and then she left her husband, and he came after her, and I'm like just
Giving you ideas for your next talking
floating
session.
about like.
Walking down the squat rack with a dumbbell like that.
Honestly, I love a true crime podcast.
But I actually see you saying that. See, going to the gym, I'll put a song on. I'm going to do my set, and I'll put my phone around like that in case like it lights up and somebody sees what song I'm listening to.
I be sometimes pure like give myself anxiety that it's not actually in my headphones. And it's playing out loud. Do you ever get that? And I sometimes be like,
I know.
like, because I've done that before. Like I've done that many a time. Like I was in the train once to Dublin, and I had my phone and I had my earphones in, and I thought I was listening. In my headphones. I was like, that sounds really far away. I had it full blast on the phone, just on the thing.
Everybody else is on the way with you.
And like, everyone was just like,
Is she alright?
turn that off. Me like, these fucking headphones are shit.
They probably want you meant it on purpose.
You know them people that walk with like their tunes going.
Or like my mates, I remember before we were going to Croatia, and the Croatia isn't like a flight to Ibiza, so like there's families and all going on.
Yeah.
But my mates seemed to think that it was and brought a speaker. But I was sitting in the window seat and they were sitting in the, like, my mate who had the speaker was Aoife, had the speaker at the last seat, and I was going, fucking turn that off. Because the woman kept giving us dirty looks. I went, she's looking at me, but.
Aye.
And then they came down and told us to turn it off. So that was sweet. I was in a huff with all them, and I was like, you're all blocked. And I was like, you fucking bastards. And then we went to walk out, and this big fucking security guard was just like, to me, and I was like, oh, no way. And then he was like, but I never know where we're going. As in, like, it's not a surprise. I just don't register.
Yeah, you don't
what
actually
you call anywhere. Like,
yeah.
I went to Japan, couldn't tell you where we stayed. Do you know what I mean? I just go.
Yeah.
And he was like, where you go? And I was like, I don't know. He was like,
Croatia.
And he was like, where are you staying? I was like, I don't know. It's
Croatia.
like 2 hours. It's 2 hours transfer. And he was like, where to? And I didn't know. He's like, my cousin Joe knows. And then he started pulling out my bags. But seeing I go on holiday, I have this real bad thing where I'll not go to the toilet anywhere. Like, so I had like toilets to stop me from shitting and all. So I had to like tell him. He was like, what's this? And I was like, heartburn. And then he was like, what's this? I went, like indigestion. And I was like, poo poo. And then I walked out and they were like, did you have to go in there and squat and cough? And I was like, fuck off. But see, when I went in, there was an ice tray, like an ice tray in the room. And I went, I'm going to be in here hours. I can't get interrogated.
Give me a fucking
And then,
bag.
do you know what I mean? I was
Give me a cigarette club. No.
give me 40 fags now.
No.
So yeah.
You just chain smoking in the airport.
All over a fucking speaker in the bed. You know what I mean?
No, honest to God. Every time I go through security, I get stopped. I don't know if I look like, I don't think I look dodgy, or I don't know if I do something to make them go, get her. Because
She's acting shifty.
I always be like if you're staring at the guards by accident, I'd be like, and then I like try and look away, and they're always like, come here. But there was one time I'd went over for a photo shoot, and I had like 5 or 6 wigs in my bag, and like really had nothing else in the bag because I was only there for 24 hours. And he like opened the bag up big, like giving it the big one, and there's like loads of hair, and he's just like, and I'm like, be careful, like. And he's like, and he was like jamming the zip. I was like, watch my hair, like taking the thing out. And like then there's like airport police, and they're like, can you come over here and all? And they're like, where are you going? I was like, just trying to get home. They're like, why do you have 5 wigs in your bag? Like, it must look like I'm pure trying to disguise myself. Like, I went to America last year, and I had got a passport literally the day before fucking handling, but anyway, and I was wearing a different wig the next day. So it said on the passport, say like I had got it like an emergency passport, so obviously it said when it was issued. It was like the fucking day before. I showed up in a brown wig, had blonde fucking hair in the passport, and your woman's going, right, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I wear, like, started telling her my TED talk. I was like, lost my hair when I was 17, alopecia, I wear wigs on, and not, her didn't give a fuck, but she was like, why do you look different? And I was like, lost my hair, I wear wigs. Like, she's just like, go, like, get the fuck.
But I didn't actually think about that though.
Yeah. Because I was like, they're going to think I'm trying to, like, disguise myself.
Oh, you're on the
But
Yeah,
you,
like
you would
she's
need,
got-
you would need more than just 7 different hair colours.
I know, but like you only watch those like James Bond or something,
Aye.
and they're like changing their hair and all, and they're like,
Like you,
or like,
mustache
yeah, and they're like, where are they? And they've got like a pair of sunglasses on. Like that's what you mean.
Oh fuck! I actually hate airports though. Like
no.
I hate. See, if you want to, like, I don't want anybody to go on holiday with me because seeing the airport, I am like that dad. Like, we need to go. 2 hours.
Do you get like 4 hours?
Why? Like, I'll sit in the car park for an
You
hour.
sat there like. Do you queue up for the gate?
I'm in the gate.
You're giving out.
I am the gate.
You're taking the boarding pass. Give me your
No, you're the
passport.
back of you love.
Let me see your bag.
It's Great One at the minute. I'm not cunt to me. But see, we're in like we're in the airport and it's like everyone's getting drinks and I'm like the one that goes up to the TV. I'm like, can't see a TV from here.
Yeah.
They're like,
Can't see.
Connor, they'll be like, Connor, chill out. And I'm like, but see, we miss this.
Yeah.
I hate it. And see if I'm on the flight, dead on.
Yeah.
Until I'm getting pulled over for smoking. This next question.
Oh, God.
You've just been arrested. What do your friends think it's for?
Probably like
I was going to say the wigs.
disguise. Probably the wigs. And then did you ever see that thing on the news? It was like the police came to this girl's house because her wigs were in the back of her car and she'd obviously closed the boot and there was hair coming out of the boot and they were like, sorry, like we just need to investigate. Like they thought a body was in her car
way.
and she was like, oh, it's just my wigs.
Actually,
Because there was like the hair coming out of the boot.
so I think I have seen that.
Yeah, that would be me.
They think someone's head's in it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not not like a crack. But
But I was this is the type of things that was going on in my head because I listen to so much true crime. I was listening to this one about this girl. She got kidnapped and she started doing all these things in the kidnapper's house so that if the police came they would know it was her.
Yeah.
Right? So she started like leaving bits of her hair and all. I was like, this isn't my fucking hair. Whose hair am I leaving? Like
I know.
I started having a pure panic, being like, if I get kidnapped, what am I gonna do?
So if just say right, you did like, or you like were like, true crime, right? You killed somebody, and then they're like, I found this bit of hair, and you're like, oh, geez, it's only mine.
It's not mine.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Someone's got arrested for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's mad. Because I never think about that on like true crime though.
What do you mean? The
They-
hair?
yeah,
Like
they-
somebody wearing a wig?
Yeah, they never think about that in true crime. Do you know what
Well, the old fingerprints give it away, like.
I mean? Or the fact someone's got caught with the weapon.
Me standing with a knife, not me.
Was it me? What's this one? If you woke up tomorrow as a completely different person, what would the first thing you do? It's all very generic.
Probably not, like.
No,
I don't know, like.
I love a wee day off.
I just lie in my bed.
To be their bit.
Well, hopefully it's nice. I'd just be lying there. I'd be just nosing.
Get in all the cupboards.
Looking to see what they have and all. Like,
At first I would go to the mirror and be like, what do I look like?
yeah.
And everybody would say that no matter who you are, you'd be like, what do I mean?
I'd be just looking about. Like, I'd just be nosing. I'd be looking at my phone and I'd be like, who are my friends there? Like, what are we
What's
at?
the following like?
Yeah.
Judging everything?
Yeah.
That'd be good, actually. What's something really weird? Hold on. What's something really weird that you believed as a child?
This is funny but not funny. Like my ma was like to me, like how do I describe myself? Would I say naive? Maybe, but like my ma had to sit me down and tell me about Santa, right? And this was awful, very sad night. I was in bits. I was 11. I think I was 10 or 11. Like I was about to go to secondary school, and she was like, I have to tell her. And then I was like, it's all good though. She's like, why? And I was like, because she still got the Easter bunny. Like I did not click. Like I was double. Like she had to be like, no, Olivia, that's no.
Like, I got one better. Too far.
I was like, well, London. So yeah, I believed everything as a kid.
Gullible, to just say.
Gullible, yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
Well, see, saying that, I've one that just came into my head, and it's about my head. My man always used to tell me this woman, like, this woman was my mummy, because she had a really big head and I had a really big head. Like, and they used to go, you're going to do your real mummy now? I'm like, no! There's a picture of me and her and all, like, when I was a kid, and just something they were like, oh, like, they used to always tell me that was my real mummy.
Oh my god, that's awful.
I can't even say her name in case she related to anybody, but yeah. Like, yeah.
That was hilarious.
So, yeah.
Did like my ma used to always pretend to ring the police on us. Like, be like, I'm ringing the police. We're like, you're going to jail now. And we'd be like,
we used to do that to her. She was going to baby jail. She did not give a fuck. She was like, she's
send
like, here you go. Here's your number.
I'll go. Thank God, get me out of here.
I know.
Stephen started to tell you about something. That's what about the outfit?
It's one of it.
He asked who gets the presents of the elves and delivers them. So he goes, "Sounds like a answer, really, like that."
It would just be an invite Santa.
We used to try to tell me how to trust them.
No trusting in this family.
That's what you
know I
get.
mean?
Trust no one.
You trust nobody in this family.
Just no one.
We all love a good yarn. If you could replace your laugh with a sound, what would the noise? What noise would you be making?
Fuck. Something better than this, like. Just whatever was going, like.
Tractor noise. What noise does a tractor make? Does it have a horn?
Just like a big horn, like. But like, who would you be beeping if you're in a tractor? You go at like 10 mile an hour, like. Who the fuck's going slower
What?
than you? You just put your head out. It usually doesn't have windows, like. You shout out, like.
Wave a hand.
My brother was like, it was like over COVID or whatever, and we have cows as well. My brother was like, come on up to the field here for the laugh. I was like, right. So me and him fucking jollying about in the tractor. There's nothing else to be doing. We were looking at trying to find this calf, and our tractor can only connect to downtown country. I was like, so on brand. Like, it only barely connects to downtown country. Here's him. He literally fucking drives it like this. Downtown country blaring. I'm like, what a time to be alive. Like, that is what I think of when I think of COVID. Then we had to go back to work and all. I was like, shit.
I want to go back on my tractor.
I know, chasing after cattle, like.
We had the wee like fake tractors in my house.
Oh, the ones you sit on?
Aye.
Class.
No, but there's nothing worse than being stuck behind a tractor.
Oh, so annoying. I got stuck behind a tractor and a learner yesterday. And I was just like, my patience is so thin. Like, fair play to the learners. Like, everyone has to learn to drive, but like, hurry up, like.
Don't be learning behind a tractor, for fuck's sake. Have a wee bit of consideration.
Overtake it. Like, come on now. Please to be people to see.
What was the next one? What's one trend you wish would disappear?
Oh, one trend. I can't think of any.
I know it's hard to think on the spot though.
Is your makeup trend you hated?
I don't like the pure like sticky up eyebrows. I just think not that I don't like them. I just feel like that's gonna be something that we're gonna look back on and be like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes with bridal makeup, like a bride will ask me to do something, and I'm like, will we look back on this though in like 10 years and be like, why are we doing that?
Yes, I get that.
You know?
I sort of hate trends altogether. Like,
Yeah.
like
So
in a
do I.
way, I like. It's everything happens so fast nowadays that like a trend is good one day, and then see if you're like late on to it by 3 or 4 days, it is just like so
Yeah.
like swipe. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't love I loved the whole, like, you know, when everyone was like doing their C dips and all.
Yeah.
And like, I loved that for them. But like, I think it's also like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I think I hate the like mindset of trends.
Yep.
Like, you have to do it. Like, you don't have to jump in the fucking sea. You don't want to. Like,
No, I would
You
not
know?
be doing.
Like, oh, I feel so much better. I'm like, oh,
I
Yes.
feel terrible. I fucking hate it. Like,
Do you think though, like, there's like there's a level, not like, I wouldn't say fakeness, but I mean like a level to feel like you have to like stuff, like sometimes like people have to put this video out and say at the end that it was really good, where I would be like brutally honest, be like, that was fucking shit, I'll not be back.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think a lot of the time people think that what I do, they're like, oh, I can't do that and all, like, pure, like, it's so fake. And I'm like, I don't know, I just think that, like, there's a lot of things that everyone does that is fake.
Oh, I
Do
definitely.
you know, like,
We were going to go to Chick-fil-A today, but it was the queue, like, even at 1 o'clock, it was massive. But I was going to go, well, we'll do a video, but like I like ended doing like trends in a jokey way. So I went,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here,
yeah.
chicken fillet, and then
Aye.
get in.
serious, like,
Come do a serious, I come do a
No.
serious come with me. Like people weren't even watching anyway. Like,
but that's not what your, like, thing is about.
Yeah, do you
so
know what I
it
mean?
wouldn't be right.
like even like All Saints the other day, I went and they like give me clothes from like our show, and I was like making a video, but I had to like
Be kind of serious.
still be like kind of serious, but joking.
Funny, yeah.
So I was like, gotta get girls top. I was like, this top make me look gay. I mean, I
Yes.
had to like some level be like,
But like, I think sometimes that's a wee issue that you get with brands. Like, they come to you for your content, and then they want you to do it PC,
yeah.
and you're like, but you came to me for what I do.
That's
You know.
exactly what I wouldn't, because obviously I'm not in any way like an influencer or anything like that, but if there is brands coming to me, I would be the same as you. I would only sort of take on what I think I could make into like a skit
Yes.
and sell it by not selling it.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like obviously I was down showing the top stuff and I was letting people pick because I wanted people to help me out. And I wear that brand anyway, so it's not even as if I've just all like sold my soul for a fucking t-shirt and pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think like, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, guys, come on. Nah, not a chance. Like, can I fucking behave?
I think like I just can't fake it. Like I'm so monotone. Like I'd be like, yes, so good. Like, like I just
like
can't.
saying it for your teeth. It was fucking class.
Like, I just can't pretend that I'm having a good time. Like you know, like I just can't be bothered with. I just never seen the point in it, and I just thought. Like, I remember years ago, whenever kind of social media took off, and it was like lockdown sort of, whenever people really started like making videos, and that was the thing, and brands were contacting you. Like, I think it's hard to, you kind of want to, if somebody was like, I'll pay you to do this, you're nearly like, fuck us, lass. Yeah. But then you nearly have to go like, does that actually suit me though?
Does that sit well? Like,
does that sit well with you?
I'm sort of at that there at the minute. Even like I'm keep looking at her because she's been with me all day, and I can see my brain patterns. But there's like a couple of things that's going on, and I'm like, no, but that doesn't suit with like what I'm trying to do, like with this, or like even like the likes of shows, like places have asked me to do it, and I'm like, it doesn't suit, like, and it's not me being like, it's not no way like a snobbiness or no way like even like just being like a diva or anything. It's like at the end of the day, if I don't do it here, I still have a brand that I'm sort of like a show that I want to perform, and some things don't go with it, they don't go with it, like, and that, no, money isn't going to really, taking the money there can sort of hinder you get money in the future. Do you know what I mean?
I think when you say no to something that doesn't align with you, something else will always come.
Aye.
And it'll always serve you right.
Yeah.
Do you know, to go with your gut and what you think is going to work for you?
I definitely issue. I've got that whole like go with the gut feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's let me down since I've started doing this.
No.
You know what I mean?
You do have to listen to it as well.
There's some things where like people will be like guests, and I'm like, they actually would be a really good guest, but I don't think, not for like my podcast, but like I need to be able to sit and have a conversation with someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, and some people don't jail, but I can get very awkward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know
sometimes, or somebody wants a pure serious podcast. Like, I'm like, I couldn't do that. Like, I even get awkward like asking questions. Like, do you know what I mean? And then because you just got saying something wrong. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then I think you do need to go with your gut. Like,
I think I'd be the same if somebody asked me on a really serious podcast, because like, yes, I can talk about serious topics, but like, I don't know, I always make it like a wee bit lighthearted, and then I think when it's supposed to be really serious, you're a bit like, I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but I have to, because I just can't be like really serious.
But it does, like, it normalizes it in a way, because that's the way like you look at it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not looking at it as like it's serious, and you don't want people to like the whole like pity sort of thing like that. So I like you making that make me feel comfortable enough to talk a bit more. And obviously I don't know like as much, so that's the thing as well. Like, you always do, like I would always feel awkward in case
somebody's offend somebody.
Yes, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is like, and it's probably like an ignorance sort of like from people not knowing. Yeah. But I think sometimes like in the way to learn from it, you have to ask. But sometimes
the conversation needs to be had. Like.
Yeah, but then some people don't ask nicely. Some people are cunts. Have you ever had any bad like
with alopecia?
Just even
general.
Just general. I even like anybody sort of stuck out for even social media or like alopecia things?
I think it was probably harder. Like, when you start doing social media, there's obviously going to be people being like, who the fuck she thinks she is, and like nobody's going to like everybody. And you know, I think if you're starting social media and you think everyone's going to like love you, you can't get hung up on it, because you're not everyone's cup of tea. Exactly. Do you know? And there's even people's content that I don't really resonate with, but like I like them. Yeah. You know, or maybe I just don't watch their content because it's not something that I would maybe be interested in or whatever. Like,
most of my friends won't even like watch my podcast, like, because like they obviously they're not interested in what I'm doing on the podcast, and that's sweet. Like, I wouldn't hold it against them. Like, they're still like my best mates, but like some people, like, that's it. Like, the content you put out isn't always for everybody though. Yeah. But what I mean is, like, some people can be like, what I've learned lately is some people, when you meet a lot more people in like life, where people like obviously a lot more people approach you. Some people don't realize that they're cheeky fuckers.
I think people say things and they don't realize what way it can be like taken up, you know.
And it's always the type of person like, I just said how it is, and I'm like, just say it how it is doesn't mean you're not a dick.
We get a lot of like, I would get a lot of like people ask. I hate when somebody asks me like what I do. Yeah. Because I'd be like, oh, like, yeah. You don't really know what. I don't know what to say because like my full-time job is say like content. Yep. But I'm also a makeup artist and I also do like wig stuff. So I just kind of make like a weird mumble of all those things matched together and hope that they don't hear me. And then someone be's like, oh, I wish I had a job like that. That's so much fun. Or like, I have a real job, you know? And you're like, yeah, come on now.
I've learned.
Come on now.
I like have learned obviously the content creating. Like I wouldn't be, my main job is productions and stuff, but I don't think I'd be cut out for like the level to be a content creator, that much posting and stuff. Like I did, like 1 week I'll go without posting anything. Yeah. Like I'm like, I can't.
But even when I did like makeup, they're like, that's so fun, you get to just do makeup all day, as if I was just like standing about like having the fucking crack, like, you know?
Have you ever had anyone that didn't make it, like doing someone's wedding?
Not a wedding. Not a wedding, more like sometimes a bridesmaid. Because like with the bride, you've already met them. So like I've already done their makeup before and we've like decided on their look. Whereas your bridesmaid or like say mother of the bride or something, I'm just meeting them for the first time. And I think with makeup, a lot of people can be very vague. Like they're like, I just give me a smoky eye. And I'm like, right. So me and you don't have the same idea of a smoky eye. And then you'll do what they've asked you to do. And they're like, oh, I didn't want that though. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't want to tell me what you wanted.
But I think as well, you know, like the bride's picking for them as well most of the time.
Yeah, so most of the time then the bride is like, I want them all to have this. And then one of them's like, but I don't like my makeup like that. And I'm like, oh.
And then even like I've seen hairstylists and stuff, they're like, no, I want all their hair up. And then the ones that like, I hate my hair up. And because they want it all the same.
Yeah, I think you do. It's hard because you're a bit like, in your head, I'm like, everyone's my client. But at the same time, I'm like, it's the bride's day. Yeah. You know, like everything has to, it's the bride's day. What she says goes.
It's a tough job.
It is tough. But I love it.
It is good crack. Like,
and like it's not, like I've worked difficult jobs. Like, so I think when people say like, it's not hard, it has challenges, but it's not like hard. I love it.
I love the actual wedding day. It's like the after I fucking hate. Like I'm just hate all the adding.
I hate I know what you mean with the adding. I think with makeup, I hate the pre, like the trial and like all the emails and like because I hate all that. I hate admin. I hate like all that stuff because I'm just so not cut out for it. Like,
so I'm like, I'm trying to write back sometimes. I'm like, I messaged you and you didn't reply. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, it's somewhere on these 50 accounts I have.
Literally, I'm like, oh fuck. And I miss things all the time and I feel awful. Like I nearly need like a fucking, I don't know, I need like a spreadsheet. But I don't know how to work Excel, so
that's
never gonna happen.
And then do you ever go through like wee stages where you're like, right, I'll start writing it down somewhere, and then you're like,
then I lose a notebook.
Oh, you know what I mean? I'm like, where's that notebook? Or like, there's one page of just random names. And
random names and like random. It'll be like Susan glitter eyeshadow, and I'm like, who the fuck is Susan?
What up, Susie? Love, get your glitter eyeshadow out.
Like I don't know where I'm like, what? But yeah, it should probably be more organised. But it always works out.
What jobs did you have? I'm interested in that.
My first ever job, I was a cleaner in an office block, right? Holy Ghost. I used to work every morning at 7. I'd work for 7. And I think I was like 16 and I was like going out on I don't know why, when I was 16, like we used to always go to like teen discos on like a Monday night, a Thursday night, and a Sunday night.
Actually?
Is this a thing?
No.
It's not a thing anymore, like, but like this is in like Cookstown. Like the nightlife was class, right? And like I'd go into work absolutely dying and I'd spend most of the time just vomiting and having to clean it up myself because I was the fucking cleaner
at the kids' discos.
No, the next morning when I was at work.
No, so were you getting drunk at the kids' discos?
Yeah, like the teen discos.
No way.
Yeah,
maybe just getting drunk at my ma's house and she's going to work. Her house.
Yeah, there was like loads of teen. I might have been going to over 18. I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, and it's mad that they were on a Sunday night.
I know, like a Sunday. There was one on a Monday night. Like, and then I worked in a bar, and we had one on a Thursday night, and every Thursday night it was absolutely jammed.
Oh, Thursday night's a thing up here.
Thursday night,
like what? Like,
so you had the cleaner job?
Yeah, I had the cleaner job. Hated it. Like, at that point in my life, there was more work in a sick note. Like, like they'd be like, "Could you do this?" And I'd be like, "No." Like, and then I was talking the other day on TikTok. Like, I had a job interview for Shoe Zone, right?
Yeah.
And I walked in. I was fucking stupid. Like, I walked in and the girl was all to me like, you know, like, where have you worked before? And I was like, nowhere. And she was like, you know, job experience? I was like, no. Like, I just thought you just got jobs. Like, I was like, what do you
I'm
mean?
here.
I'm here and I'm willing to work. And she was like, well, you've applied to be the manager. And I was like, freshly turned 16. I think it was like the week after my 16th birthday.
I can do it.
And I turned around to her and I said, well, I've helped my dad on the farm. And she's all to me. Right, so clearly at that point she was like, right, this is not happening. And she was all to me, do you have a problem with heights? And I was like, oh, I said, of course. And she's like, we have a really tall warehouse. And I was like, right. And she's like, do you want me to show you it? I was like, I fucking trailed me out to the warehouse. And she was like, what about that height? I was like, oh, that's too high. And she
Not the
like,
manager's wage anyway.
me a manager hardly expect me to go up there. And she brought me back in anyway and like continued the rest of the interview, and I left and I'll never forget it, got into the car and my mum was like, how did you get on? I was like, yeah.
It was amazing.
Pretty good. Obviously didn't get it. And then another one was after I started doing makeup, and I thought I had a wee bit of like cop on about me because, you know, I'd been a cleaner and stuff. And I had experience, and I applied to work in a salon, and I was like, right, flat out, you know. And she was like to me, have you done any makeup courses? And I was like, yeah, I've done a 1-to-1 with LMD. She goes to me, how'd you find it? And I was like, yeah, it was really easy to find. It was just on her Instagram. Like, you just signed up. And she was literally like this, like just staring at me, and I was like, and it just continued on. Again, I was like, that went so well. Didn't get it either. Only literally like about 6 years ago did I see this woman. Like, I seen her out and about, and I was just got flashback, and I was like, she didn't ask me where I found it. She asked me how I found it. And I was like, I'm a stupid bitch. So yeah,
I want to go to a job interview with you for the crack.
that's why I'm self-employed. Can't get a fucking job. Can't pass job interview.
We should do like a skit where like you start applying for jobs and I make you up.
I got banned from applying to Sainsbury's because I failed the online test so many times.
No way.
Like, I swear I don't know how I have like GCSEs. Like, I am a fucking idiot. I think I'd be alright now though.
It's the shoes someone manager's got me going like.
Like, I was just like,
Well,
like it's hard.
I could just imagine you 16 though, really anxious but not giving a fuck at the same time.
I was wearing top of my Maz. I was wearing my Maz top to the interview because I was like, I don't have any clothes for an interview. Like, maybe with the fucking, like, it was that era of like, you had like, remember like the nerd tops and the fucking side fringes and all. Like, what would I have worn to a job interview? I was like, Mum, give me an outfit there.
I hate to see like when we lads go for an interview at that age,
Yeah.
they ever look like they're going to a funeral. They've just took off their tie for school because it's black trousers, your school shoes, and a white
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh, God love. It's not easy, like, but yeah. That I had a job. I worked for Banter for a couple of years and really liked it, and I passed that job interview. So I think I was 20 when I did that. So I think I'm not doing too bad. Like,
But I'm interested to know what questions they asked you.
fuck knows. Like, I don't know what was going on with me. I think only like when I kind of grew up a wee bit, I was like, fuck, I'm a complete idiot.
But here, you didn't need it.
No,
Yeah,
it worked
I mean,
out.
You're
For the
successful enough to buy
Maybe
the
that
shoe
was just
zone.
my plan. I wasn't allowed to get any job interviews because I had to end up being self-employed.
It all works out in the end, though. It does.
It does.
But that's actually good crack. How'd you find that?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm sweating, I'm laughing.
It's so
But here, we're just on a finish note. Have you anything? What's plans for future? Have you anything lined up? Any workshops, anything like that?
We have a workshop in 2 weeks in the Clayton in Belfast, so that's coming up, and I am doing a few wee secret things.
Are you?
Yep. So it's all go. It's exciting.
Turn these cameras off and you tell me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that exciting, like, but it's exciting to me.
No, but that was great. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And yes, everybody, like, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. I always forget to say that. And yes, see you later. Bye. Slán.